It's 14th of March 2010, Mothering Sunday, and here I am perched on the top of Sancreed Beacon, one of the highest hills in the Land's End Peninsula, or West Penwith. And I'm going to do a panorama of what I can see, starting off towards Land's End. You can't actually see Land's End from here because there's some hills in front of it, but I'm now sweeping around the southern coastline towards the east, and the first thing you can see is the church tower of St Buryan, probably one of the last villages, along with St Just in the southwest of England. You can see a ship in the distance. It's amazing how many ships pass Land's End, most noticeably at night when their lights make them more obvious. I've counted 20 or 30 ships at once on occasions, looking out from Land's End. Coming around, we come to a big cleft in the landscape, which is Lamorna Cove. The next interesting feature, right in the far distance on the horizon, is Lizard Point, the most southerly point in Britain, I believe. And coming around into Mounts Bay, in the distance you may just be able to make out the satellite dishes of Goonhilly Earth Station, which is a very important British Telecoms communications site. And then to the left of that is Porthleven, a fishing village, and behind it's Helston. Then into Mounts Bay proper, you should be able to see St Michael's Mount, perched in the middle of the bay, and then to the left of that, Marazion. In the foreground, on this side of the bay, you can see the dome of the Lloyd's building in the middle of Penzance. To the left, there's a white thing sticking up, which is a new wind turbine installed at one of the schools in Penzance. And then to the left of that, in the far distance, the hill is Carnbray, which is just behind Redruth and Camp, which was one of the major tin and copper mining areas in Cornwall. Now we come to the hills of West Penwith itself. Way over in the distance, which you can't see, is St Ives. And then on the horizon is an engine house, which is often referred to as Ding Dong, which is actually Greenborough Engine House. The Ding Dong mine is behind it and slightly out of view. The pile of rocks to the left is Carngalva, which is actually right on the north coast, which sweeps dramatically down to steep cliffs and the north coast of West Penwith. Coming around again, we come to a radio beacon, which is used by jet aircraft navigating across to the Atlantic. They often make a turn here at this point as they leave the mainland of Britain, although I think these days they rely more on GPS than radio beacons. Again, out of view in that direction is St Just, which I think probably is the most westerly town in the southwest of England, and a radio mast for TV and so on. And coming right around again towards the Land's End itself, which, as I said, you can't see. Lovely spring day in West Cornwall, makes you feel good to be alive. Looking towards the east again, and a little bit closer, you can see the blue strip of water, which is Drift Reservoir. Down below, Sancreed village. And then down below is a house, a white house, which is shrouded by trees, which used to be the residence of the milk magnate of West Cornwall, who built a dairy here just below us, which processed the milk from the whole area. It's now long since gone, and in fact the premises, which we can see down to the left below the hill, Part of the premises are now my workshop for selling car parts and restorations. Even closer, we can see some interesting features here on top of Sancreed Beacon, which I really don't know what they are, but there's a lot of Iron Age remains in West Cornwall, and people tended to occupy the tops of the hills in those days, as the lower areas were thickly forested, which, as you can see, is no longer the case. So I don't know whether these are anything to do with ancient village or what, maybe a burial area, I've got no idea, but it doesn't look quite natural to me. There are a lot of Iron Age remains in West Cornwall. In fact, over there, out of view, is an interesting ancient village. And over in that direction is Chichester, which is a remarkably preserved Iron Age village, well worth visiting. And that concludes our panorama